Baby oil it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I done had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil.
All right.
Praise the Lord, baby oil.
Girl, y'all better grab a seat for this one because the tea is sizzling hot. So just when we thought the Diddy documentary situation couldn't get any messier, more details are starting to leak about the sequel, and word on the street is that this next season won't even be centered on Diddy like that. Instead, the spotlight is allegedly shifting to people connected to him, and one name that keeps popping up has everyone gagging: Steve Harvey. According to industry insiders, 50 Cent is rumored to have uncovered some very private DL relationships tied to Diddy, with Steve Harvey's name allegedly caught in the mix. And if that wasn't wild enough, insiders claim 50 might even be sitting on a so-called sex tape connected to all this. But here's where it really gets spicy. Steve Harvey has reportedly sent a strong warning to 50 Cent, basically telling him to keep his name out of that documentary or be ready to face a major lawsuit. In case you missed it, the Diddy documentary has remained a hot topic in the entertainment industry since it dropped, and every minute of the documentary exposed a lot of dirt on Diddy, especially his links to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. The documentary, being limited to 4 episodes, had fans requesting more. 50 Cent sat for an interview barely a week after the documentary dropped, where he addressed questions about why the documentary was short and if a sequel was in the works. Addressing the questions about why the documentary was so short, 50 Cent explained that they actually had to cut out a lot of clips because Netflix wanted it kept as tight as possible. But then he really spilled the tea when he confirmed there will be a sequel, and even hinted that the next installment might be dropping on YouTube instead.
This was a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of the people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the... It was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in the area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so
for time.
Yeah.
So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
Or I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube. Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it.
According to sources close to 50 Cent, the real reason the documentary was cut so short is that some of the details were just way too extreme to air on TV. Apparently, Netflix didn't want any parts of the legal smoke because if those tapes had made it to air, it would have been an all-out war at Netflix. So the clips and tapes that didn't make the final cut are now rumored to be saved for the sequel, which 50 Cent is reportedly planning to drop on YouTube instead. But this is where things get interesting. Sources are saying the second season won't be about Diddy alone. Some of the spotlight is reportedly shifting to people in his inner circle. As soon as this news hit the internet, it went viral within minutes, and expectations for the new season went nuts. And let's be real, everyone knows 50 Cent is fearless and a certified troll, so at this point, people are bracing themselves for an absolutely wild season. Now, one name that kept popping up after the news broke was Steve Harvey, and honestly caught a lot of people off guard because he was one of the last names anyone expected. But when you really think about it, there has always been that slightly sketchy connection between Steve and Diddy through his stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, which raised eyebrows back then. And let's not forget, back in 2019, Lori and Diddy had the internet in a chokehold when their unexpected romance started turning heads everywhere. First of all, Lori was only 22 years old at the time, while Diddy was pushing 50. That's a 28-year age gap, okay? But it gets even weirder when you really sit with it. When Lori was born, Diddy was already in his late 20s and had a 5-year-old son. Let that sink in for a second. That means Diddy's son was actually older than Lori. And yeah, sources revealed that Diddy had known Lori since her teenage years. They were running in the same circles through Steve, and even if they weren't best buds, Diddy was acquainted with Lori when she was a minor. So the fact that he decided to pursue a romantic relationship with her, yeah, it's all kinds of odd. But here's the kicker. Sources claim Lori didn't exactly have a choice in the matter. According to sources, Steve pretty much pushed her into that relationship. What makes it even weirder is the fact that Lori started dating Diddy only a few months after his ex, Kim Porter, passed. When Kim was alive, she had a great relationship with Kim, and she was pretty upset when Kim passed. She even paid her respects in a now deleted Instagram post where she said, "Having a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person inside and out. I'm so glad I told you how much I loved and missed you the last time I saw you. Your energy was truly something special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." So Lori was grieving over Kim Porter's death, right? But just a couple of months later, she's cozying up with Kim's baby daddy? Either Lori's got some serious double standards, or there's more to this story. According to the source, it's the latter. Steve Harvey allegedly saw an opportunity in Kim's passing and nudged Lori right into the spotlight. Y'all know how crazy it is for Steve to pimp Lori out to Diddy of all people. I mean, Diddy's got a reputation for being a bit of a character, and while the public might not have known the full extent until Cassie spilled the beans in her lawsuit, folks in Diddy's circle were well aware. Cassie spilled the tea, revealing it was an open secret that Diddy wasn't exactly gentle with his girlfriends, including her, Kim Porter, and his first baby mama, Misa Hilton. But Steve apparently turned a blind eye to all that, just wanting Lori attached to a big industry name for that extra clout. Talk about prioritizing fame over, well, everything else. Less than 6 months after Kim's passing, Lori and Diddy are out there, holding hands, making headlines. Now, you think Steve Harvey, being the dad and all, would step in and shut down the drama, but according to inside sources, that's a big nope. The source reported that Steve wasn't in a rush to play superhero, because from the get-go, this bizarre love affair had Steve's fingerprints all over it. Well, the next thing we knew, Steve and Marjorie were spotted on vacation with Lori and Diddy. Talk about a plot twist. It's not just that they were aware of the whole romance, they were all in, giving their full-on blessings, because Diddy and Lori were really packing on the PDA. But here's where things take a real messy turn, because allegedly, Steve Harvey's connection to Diddy didn't stop with Lori. Industry insiders are now whispering that Steve himself was involved in a DL relationship with Diddy. If these sources are to be believed, 50 Cent is planning to spill every ounce of that tea in the new documentary. Also, the same sources claim there's an alleged sex tape involving Diddy and Steve Harvey floating around, and word is that 50 Cent managed to get his hands on it after paying some serious money. And let's be honest, one thing about 50, he's a top-tier troll and a professional instigator, so insiders say he's supposedly planning to leak the tape right after the documentary drops. Now, according to insiders, Steve Harvey is absolutely not playing about this. Word is he's allegedly sent a very loud and clear warning to 50 Cent, basically telling him to keep his name out of the documentary and not even think about mentioning him. And if 50 decides to ignore that warning, Steve is reportedly threatening what he's calling the mother of all lawsuits, claiming it would be so financially devastating that 50 wouldn't even recover from it. But here's the thing, anyone who knows the game knows there's always a way around the law, and if there's one person you can trust to move how he wants, when he wants, it's 50 Cent. Sources close to him are standing 10 toes down, saying 50 is going through with this documentary regardless, and whether Steve likes it or not, he's allegedly about to be pulled into a full-blown hot mess. 50 Cent exposing Steve Harvey and Diddy's DL relationship had fans talking, and they left comments saying, "This is disturbing. For a long time, I was very much a fan. No more. That's a bummer. I always thought Steve Harvey was a good guy. If you know, you know. This man has been compromised. No wonder he's blown up the way he has." So what do you think? Would 50 Cent leak Diddy and Steve Harvey's sex tape? Or do you think Steve Harvey would find a way to make the tape disappear? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out the next video.